We are moving on to the next chapter, that is chapter number 13, trial balance. It would be a new term for you, trial balance. So we know that transactions will be first recorded in journal, then based on journal we will be doing ledger. That means we will transfer all journal entries from journal to ledger, and that process is called posting. So all those we learned. Then the next step in preparation of financial statements is we will prepare trial balance, on the basis of which we will be doing the final accounts or financial statements. Which are those financial statements? We have two financial statements, trading and profit and loss account, and the other one is balance sheet. So on the basis of trial balance we will be preparing the financial statements. So on the basis of ledger, soon after journal and ledger, what we prepare is trial balance, and trial balance is prepared with the balances of ledger accounts. We know that for a given question we will be preparing so many ledger accounts, isn't it? For every transaction there will be a minimum of 2 ledger accounts, because a debit account and a credited account would be there for you to prepare. So similarly you will be having so many ledger accounts. On the basis of these ledger balances we will be preparing the trial balance. Okay. So trial balance is a statement, don't say that it is an account. Ledger accounts you can say, but trial balance means it is a statement prepared with the ledger balances, with the debit and credit balances of ledger accounts, and the purposes. The main term what you have to say is, the purpose of preparing trial balance is to check the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. So that term is very much important, that is arithmetical accuracy. What is arithmetical accuracy? Accuracy term is familiar to you, isn't it? Accuracy means to check whether it is correct or not. So arithmetical accuracy means to check whether the journal entries made in journal and the ledger accounts what we prepared are correct or not. To check this, we will be preparing the statement called trial balance. So what's the meaning you can write? Trial balance is a statement prepared with the debit and credit balances of ledger accounts to check the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. Arithmetical accuracy means whether the journal entries made in journal and the ledger accounts prepared are correct or not. That's the very first sentence given in that chapter. So you can take it down as the meaning of trial balance. It's very simple chapter, very small chapter also. So we'll work out illustration number 2, and the format of trial balance is, first of all you must have a heading as usual. In the middle you must have a heading like trial balance. What we are doing now is illustration 2, that's a question with GST. Trial balance as on, if you want you can write the name of company also, name of the firm, like trial balance of Gokul Limited. If the firm's name is given, you can mention that also. Trial balance of Gokul Limited as on, the date in that question is illustration 2, page number 13.9. Okay. For that question they have given so many transactions, and all those transactions taking place in the month of January, and it ends on January 31st. So that date we will take for trial balance, the ending date. So trial balance of Mohan and Company, the name of the firm is Mohan and Company, as on 31st January, is it 2019? Yes, 2019. So this is the first step you have to do, write the heading. Then the format is, we have the first column, heads of accounts. Instead of particulars, we have to write the heading as heads of accounts. Then we have one column for LF, ledger folio. Then debit balance, you simply write debit, then credit. So this is the format of trial balance. And you know that it is prepared on the basis of ledger account balances. So for that question, they have prepared ledger accounts. Did you see that solution given in the textbook? They have given a journal, they have prepared ledger accounts, then they have prepared this trial balance. Normally from this chapter what you get is one question where they will ask you to prepare trial balance directly, because otherwise it is lengthy. If you start from journal, then if you do ledger, then if you start to prepare trial balance, it is lengthy. So the question will be to prepare trial balance directly. I will show you, I will explain how to do trial balance directly. But first we will see how we have to do trial balance on the basis of ledger. So we know that for doing ledger, first of all you must have journal entries. So all these form part of preparation of financial statements. So now I am not writing the journal entries. You also need not write journal entries and ledger, because already we have done enough and more questions from both these chapters, journal and ledger. So that is enough. Those who want, you can just go through the entries, see whether you are familiar with all the entries, or else no need to do that. We will just prepare the trial balance looking into the ledger accounts given in the solution. Okay. So the first ledger account they have prepared is cash account. So under heads of accounts, first you have to write cash account. Then amount you have to write, and we have two columns, either you have to write in debit or a credit column. For that what you have to do is look into the first ledger, that is in page number 13.11. Did you see cash account there? On the debit side they have written two balance brought down, the final figure. Did you see the final figure, brought down figure on the debit side, 44,560. So that's the amount you are going to write. The balance brought down or carried down, both will be same. That amount you will have to write either in debit column or credit column. The next question is in which column we have to write. So you have to always see on which side the brought down figure is written. The brought down figure, that you have to be very careful. On which side the brought down figure is written. Here in this question, brought down figure is written on the debit side. So this cash is having a debit balance, that we already know, isn't it? Because cash is an asset. Assets will be normally having a debit balance, that we know already. But you can look into the ledger and do. So always see whether brought down figure appears on the debit side or on the credit side. Accordingly you have to write. So the first one, heads of accounts, the first item here is cash account, and the amount now we will write in the debit column, because brought down figure is on the debit side. It is 44,560. Then the second account here is capital account. Capital account, the brought down figure appears on the credit side. Did you see that brought down figure 80,000 on the credit side? So here the amount must be written in the credit column. Now you got the idea, no? This is how we have to do this entire chapter. That's why it's very easy and very small chapter also. But again there are chances for you to make careless mistakes. You have to see whether the figure should be written in the debit column or the credit column, that you have to do very carefully. Then the third one is purchases account. The balance brought down figure. Okay, for that account they haven't written the brought down figure. They have written carry down figure on the credit side. So automatically brought down would be on the debit side. So this particular purchases account is having a debit balance. Amount is 79,000. Always see where brought down figure appears. Then we have sales account. Sales account also carry down figure is given, brought down they haven't written, but we know that brought down would be on the credit side. Since carry down on the debit side, brought down would be on the credit side. So, sales account brought down figure, the 50,000, that carry down and brought down will be same, and brought down will appear on the credit side. So, 50,000 in the credit column. Then Sohan's account, okay, look into Sohan's account. There is no balance for Sohan's account. Certain accounts we know that it will get automatically balanced. Automatically balanced means automatically it will tally. Both sides will be equal after you post the entries. So, there is no balance in Sohan's account, and trial balance is an account to show the ledger account balances. If there is no balance for a particular account, should we prepare or should we take that account here in this trial balance? No need. So, Sohan's account need not be written or should not be written in this trial balance because there is no balance for that account. Then the next one is Ramesh's account. Similar to Sohan's account, here also there is no balance. So, ignore that account. Then drawings account brought down figure is on the debit side. So, it is having a debit balance. So, that you can write now drawings account 1500. Then the next is Dinesh. Dinesh's account also there is no balance for that account. So, ignore that account. Then discount received carry down is on the debit side. So, normally brought down would be on the credit side. The amount is 540. You have to see the brought down side, okay. Then we have salaries account. For that brought down figure would be on the debit side, though they haven't written, it would be on the debit side because carry down is on the credit side. So, brought down on the debit side. So, it is having a debit balance of 2000. Then the next one is okay. Input CGST. We know that we have different types of GST accounts like input GST, output GST. Again under input we have CGST, SGST, IGST and all. So, for that input CGST same method we can apply. See on which side brought down figure will come or will appear. It would be on the debit side. So, you write input CGST account brought down figure on the debit side. So, you write the amount 2640 on, in the debit column. The carry down amount itself you can write for brought down also. It will be same now. Then we have input SGST. For that also on the debit side you are getting the brought down figure. The amount is the same 2640. Then we have input IGST. For that also brought down figure is on the debit side. It is 4200. Then the next one output CGST. For that carry down figure is on the debit side. So, normally the brought down figure would be on the credit side. Okay, carry down on the debit side. So, brought down would be on the credit side. So, you can write output CGST account brought down on the credit side. So, in the credit column you have to write amount is 3000. Then the next one is output SGST account, again that brought down figure for this account also on the credit side. So, that is 3000, both are same figures, isn't it? Yes. Yes, now the trial balance is over. Next step is you have to add the debit and credit columns. Not together, debit column you must add first, then you add credit column. Separately you add both these columns, and the amount what you get for debit and credit must be equal. We know that total of debits will be always equal to total of credits. It's as per dual aspect or double entry system. So here also your debit side must be equal to the credit side. That means if it is same, if you are getting debit and credit sides or balances as equal, that means you can ensure that the journal entries made in journal and the ledger accounts prepared are correct. The purpose of doing trial balance is to check this, to check the arithmetical accuracy. So if you get both sides equal, that means the journal entries and ledger accounts what we prepared are correct, that we can confirm. So that is the purpose of doing this trial balance. So you write now in the heads of accounts total, and now you add both columns. So you will get the total on both sides as 1,36,540. If you are not getting the answer like this, I mean both sides if it is not equal, that means there would be some mistakes in your answer. Okay, double line the total figures, then you can close the trial balance. So this is how you have to do the trial balance. Then when you get both sides equal, what we can say that the trial balance or the journal we did, the ledger we prepared, all these are free from errors to a certain extent, because when it is same, that means it ensures the accuracy. Ensures accuracy means the journal entries and the ledger accounts prepared are free from errors, but only to a certain extent, because even when you get both sides as equal, there are chances for certain errors which cannot be identified from this trial balance. We will be discussing about such errors in a chapter called rectification of errors. You have to study that chapter. So that time we will discuss in detail, but only to a certain extent we can say that this is free from errors. When both these sides or both these balances are equal, or when you can say that when trial balance agree, that is a term used in textbook. When trial balance agree means both sides are equal. So when trial balance agree, we can say that it is free from errors to a certain extent, but it is not completely free, because there are chances for errors even when trial balance agree. Okay. So this is how you have to do the trial balance. First of all, you must have a heading, then you must have this format, double line the total. So it's very easy, you just have to see on which side we are writing the brought down figure. Okay. Next we'll work out, okay, illustration number 7. It's on page number 13.17. Following trial balance is drawn from the books of Brown Traders. You are required to comment whether it is correct or not. If the trial balance is not correct, draw the correct one. Okay, that is the question. And they have given one trial balance already, based on which you have to see whether it is correct. If it is not correct, you have to redraw the correct one. So how will you understand whether the given trial balance is correct? Now what we did is, we prepared journal ledger. Actually we are doing like that now. They have done journal and ledger, then they prepared the trial balance based on ledger accounts. But now we don't have any ledger accounts. So directly when you prepare trial balance, what you have to do is, see the first item given. It's building account given, and the top on the top the heading given there is debit balance. Credit side we have some items, credit balance is also given. Building 60,000. Okay, is building having a debit balance? So now what you have to learn from this chapter is, you should be thorough with the nature of each and every item. Building, you know that it is an asset, it is a fixed asset which will be there with the business for more than a period of 1 year. So it's a fixed asset, and assets will be having a debit balance. So that is correct actually. Then machinery also, it's a fixed asset, so that also debit balance. Then we have returns outward, all those we will discuss later. you see if there is any mistake. Okay, discount received, you just see. Did you see discount received under debit balance rupees 3000? What do you mean by discount received? What is the nature? You have to see whether it is asset, liability, expense, income. Okay. So, and the fifth one is capital. So, this discount received, is it an asset? No. The receivable means asset. Received is always an income. And incomes will be always having which balance? A credit balance, whereas this is written under debit balance. That means there are mistakes in this trial balance. We have to correct those mistakes. That means we have to do one trial balance, redraft or redraw one trial balance. Okay. So, this is how you get the normal question. They will not ask you to start from journal, ledger and all. They will just ask you to prepare trial balance directly. But you must be thorough with the nature of each and every item. You must know if it is an asset, it is having a debit balance. If it is liability, it is credit balance. For incomes, again credit balance. Then expenses, debit balance. Capital, it's a liability. So, again capital also credit balance. So, this you must know, then only we can prepare the trial balance. So, this chapter is actually that rules of debit and credit. So, just revise the chapter, then you do these questions. So, now what we are doing is illustration number 7. You give the heading trial balance of Brown Traders. That is the name of the firm. As on, the date is not given, so you just put some dots. Then you draw the format. We have heads of accounts, then LF, then debit and credit. Okay, the first one given there is building. See, in the question they have given a different format of trial balance, but you follow the same format that we studied. Okay, everywhere you draw this format. Building, it's an asset, so it will be having a debit balance 60,000. That is correct actually. Question also they have written in the debit column. Then machinery also an asset. So, that also in the debit column. Then returns outward, okay, that we did not discuss before. Returns outward is the other name for purchases returns. Purchased and returned means it is going out, so it is returned outwards. Purchases, we know that it will be always having a debit balance. Why purchases having a debit balance? Because purchases means your amount is moving out, you are paying the amount. So, purchases is an expense, understood? Though you are getting goods, the cash is moving out. You have to always see what is happening to your cash balance. So, when you purchase something, the cash is moving out, purchases is an expense. Expenses will be having always a debit balance. So, purchases having a debit balance. So, purchase returns or returns outward will be having a credit balance. The amount is 2,600. Then the next one is bad debts. Okay, what do you mean by bad debt? The amount which we cannot recover from debtors is known as bad debts. And it is, what is the nature of bad debts? Is it an asset? No. Is it an expense? Expense means the amount that we paid. So, this is not an expense actually. Bad debts nature is loss. So, losses also will be having a debit balance. That also you have learned under rules of debit and credit. Under nominal account rule. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. So, losses will be having a debit balance just like assets and expenses. So, this item bad debts, that is a loss, is having a debit balance, returns outward amount I didn't write. Okay. So, bad debts, the amount is 2800. Then the next one, cash. Cash is an asset, you all know that. So, it is having a debit balance, cash of 400. So, only so much you need to learn from this chapter. Discount received is there, that we discussed already, that is an income, and incomes will be having a credit balance. Incomes and liabilities will be having a credit balance. So, this should come in the credit column. Then bank overdraft. What do you mean by bank overdraft? Overdraft means withdrawing more than what is there in your account. So, it is kind of a bank loan actually. You are borrowing from your bank. So, from your point of view, that means from firm's point of view, this is a liability, and liabilities will be having credit balance. Amount is 10,000. The next one is purchases, sorry, creditors are there, no? Yeah. Creditors are there, creditors having a credit balance, of course, it is a liability to whom we have to pay money. So, it is liability and it will be having a credit balance 50,000. Then purchases, the debit balance 1 lakh. Okay, purchases, why it is written in the debit column, that already I explained. Purchases means it is an expense, and expenses will be always having debit balance. Then on the credit side we have capital. Capital means it is actually an internal liability payable towards the owner by us, by the firm. So, it is a liability, it must come in the credit column, 73,600. Then we have fixtures. Furniture and fixtures means it is a fixed asset. Furniture, you know that, you know, isn't it? Furniture and fixtures both are same. So, that is having a debit balance because it is an asset, 5,600. Then sales. Purchases means expense. Selling something means, selling goods means we are getting cash, it is an income for you. So, it will be having a credit balance, incomes having a credit balance. So, it is 1,04,000. Then we have debtors. Debtors will be having a debit balance of 60,000. Interest received, it is an income. So, it is having a credit balance 2,600. Okay. The format in the textbook is different, you do like this. Everywhere you do the format like this. So, now the trial balance is over, you have to see the debit and credit sides whether it is equal. If it is equal, that means you can ensure the arithmetical accuracy. Just add both these, totals must be same, otherwise there would be mistakes in your answer. So, total here is 2,45,800. Okay, the same given in the question, but in the question there were some mistakes, like see debtors they have written on the credit side, credit balance they have written for debtors, but it is actually debit balance. Then for bank overdraft, it is actually credit balance, but they have written on the debit side. So, there are mistakes, but the total is correct, but you have to always check the total. Sometimes it would be something else, the figures can be different also. So, always add and write the figures, and it should be same on both sides. Both sides you must add. Some people will do like they will just add the debit side and they will copy the same on the credit side. But it is not necessary that your entries would be correct. Okay. So, what you have to do is add both sides, make sure you are getting the same on both sides. Okay. Next questions we will work out in the next video.